Oh my God, Kash Bidani, hi. Yes, hello and welcome to another live streaming episode of your humble analyst. And this is Market Insights APAC. And as we did, the previous session was about the Japanese candlestick patterns. So we could not cover everything up in an hour. We are going to just see the remaining patterns today and also see a lot of things are going on in the market, and there are a lot of opportunities to work with. And today, just a recap, just a reminder of what is going to come today. As such, what news is inbound, so you know what is going to happen today, right? So the first thing is that the flash PMI is coming. PMI is nothing but the purchaser managers index. Okay, and this relates to the number of orders the purchasing manager of a factory are basically making, so that they can process those raw materials into finished products. So the more they are going to order the raw materials, the more the demand would be. Na? They know how much orders are coming in, which they need to fulfill. So this is the way PMI works. So if it is higher than 50, that means the industry is expanding. Otherwise, it is shrinking. So you see that euro is kind of stabilizing, and yet I would say Germany again PMI has come to be very low. So euro is in trouble. As we all know, it is trading below the parity level. At 7:15, after we finish, the USD PMI is going to come out. So you have to keep an eye on that also. Later on, some home new sales, something like that is going to come out, which is not kind of very important. So just focus on the PMI data, which is going to come today. Some of it is very important, like German PMI is very important, which is kind of shrinking. Okay, so that is the thing. Apart from that, tomorrow and day after tomorrow, there is not much, except for 25th August, which is the prelim GDP of US is going to come out quarter on quarter. So we need to see what is the growth in US economy in order to gauge what is going to happen with the dollar and dollar index and dollar related instruments, right? So let's begin today. And I suppose I'm going to keep it in Hindi also. I would try. Just remind me कि थोड़ा थोड़ा हिंदी भी बोल लो, ऐसा ठीक है? मुझे रिमाइंड कर दिया करो कि हिंदी बोलना है थोड़ा सा अभी, ठीक है? So I keep on speaking in English, so I forget mostly. Okay, nice. Hello and welcome to every single person who has joined. Uh, just give me a moment. I will share the screen now. Okay, I suppose everyone is able to see the screen right now. The presentation. Please give a thumbs up if you can. सही है. Okay, nice. So presentation तो दिख ही रहा है, I suppose everyone. Yes. Okay, good. So let's start with this. पिछली बार we covered almost most of the things. I told you about the candlesticks relevance, how candlesticks are actually important. It is not just a chart, but to understand its meaning, it's very important, right? So next thing is basically credited Munai Sauma in the video in the live stream, and because it is very important to give the original author its credit, right? Because if we are not respecting those who made us something, those who provided us the knowledge, then what is the importance of that particular knowledge? If you can't respect your teachers, if you can't respect anybody who teaches you something, right? Anyone for that matter. So Munei Sauma is a very, very big personality, I would say. He's not just a person, he's a personality overall. And once you read about Munei Sauma more in depth, you will come to know great many things about this person because he was very young, and in Japan there were multiple proverbs on him, proverbs based on a person. So proverbs based on his birthplace. So you will get to know how influential, popular, and outstandingly, intelligent he was. So that is one of the things that I really admire about this person, Monai Saoma. Kudos to him, and thank you very much for doing all these things. He founded the candlestick charts. He told us about the candlestick patterns and Heikinashi charts. He was the founder of Heikinashi charts. One person's name that I forgot to mention was Steve Neeson. Okay, he's the American person. Let me just write it down somewhere. Steve Neeson. So Steve Neeson did what he did was, before Steve Neeson, nobody knew about these things. Okay, this was Steve Neeson. Nobody knew about candlestick patterns. Nobody knew about anything. I forgot to mention his contribution in the previous live stream. So I'm just telling you right now. So nobody knew in the American world that there is something called candlestick chart. There is something called candlestick patterns. Everybody relied on the bar charts. Okay, the bar charts were the normal thing that time, and black and white, kind of era. In that particular era, Steve Neeson went to Japan. He learned this technique of candlestick charts and candlestick patterns, and he brought these ideas to the Western world, which was then translated, or which was then, you know, it went to the Europe, and then it went to the whole of the world. So this person basically is the marketer. This is the manufacturer. So this is the process. These two persons are extremely, extremely very important people. Apart from that, we have in Hindi, I suppose, a proverb that Guru bin gyan nahi hota, like that, right? So it is very, very important that we remember these guys. Okay, nice. सो गुरु बिन ज्ञान नहीं, तो शुरू करते हैं मुन्ना ऐसा हुआ कि जय जयकार करके for today's session. We have went through the types of candlestick patterns. Okay, so types were all these. You already remember, I suppose. I'm just letting you see once so that you can revise uh, from your, visual memory. The first one was doji. We came to know about doji's relevance. Most people consider doji to be unimportant, insignificant. These are not useful anyway in the trading, but I told you how it is useful. Gravestone doji, another very good important single candlestick pattern. We discussed a lot about it. Then Dragonfly doji, and then Marubozu. Marubozu is the big boss here, which has got a fully filled. Wait a second, just. So the Marubozu has got a fully filled real body. Okay, so it has got a filled body with no or minimal, negligible wicks. Negligible means you can basically neglect those wicks. Okay, and I showed you an example on the live chart as well. Today also what we are going to do is we are going to the live chart, and we are going to find out where certain patterns we can see. Okay, so today's actual learning starts from here. Before that, I would like to ask a few questions and interpret how much you remember from the previous session. So if I say that which type of doji is going to be a bullish reversal, that means if a downtrend is going on and that doji appears, so it will change that downtrend into uptrend. What kind of डोजी इट विल बी। आई एम आस्किंग अ क्वेश्चन कि अगर कोई डाउन ट्रेंड चल रहा है, ठीक है, और वो डोजी आता है, तो वो डोजी के बाद बहुत ज़्यादा हाई प्रोबेबिलिटी होती है कि वो अप ट्रेंड में कन्वर्ट हो जाए। वो डाउन ट्रेंड will get converted into an uptrend after that doji. What is the name of that doji? Please put in the comment box. Just going to see how much you have retained. This is not a quiz, okay? Not checking your knowledge as such, but a slight competition between our viewers. So let's see who does it first. Nobody knows it. If a downtrend is coming, it's continuing downtrend, and that doji appears, and after that doji, very high chances that that downtrend is going to get converted into a uptrend. Very good, Amon Singh. You remember my terminology, not the exact name, but I will give you that. The correct answer is rocket doji or dragonfly doji, right? The Japanese people call it a dragonfly doji. Nice work. Thank you very much for answering. Okay, so let's continue with this. The first thing on our radar today is the hammer. Before hammer, I would like to tell you something called a paper umbrella. I would like to go through it. Yeah, rocket doji or dragonfly doji, correct? I'll just stop screen. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, you can see this now. I will just draw something here in the clean area. So umbrella, you have seen umbrella, right? This is a kind of an umbrella, right? Isn't it? It looks umbrella, kind of, right? So this is called an umbrella. And the four patterns, the first four patterns that we are going to see today are called the paper umbrella family. Okay. Paper umbrella family as such, these this type of usual pattern is there in all the four patterns that we are going to see today now. Okay. So if we go by that, we can convert this particular as a real body, isn't it? We can make it as a real body, right? And this stand, this particular hook that we hold on to while we get an umbrella, so that can be a wick, isn't it? That can be a shadow. This is the kind of candle that we are looking at. So this can be also ulta, right? This can also be inverse, right? So this is the possibility of a paper candle, paper umbrella, right? When we convert this paper umbrella into a candlestick, this is how it may look like. Okay, so all these things are there. Wait, like this me. Okay, done. So getting back to this hammer. Okay, paper umbrella is clear to everyone. Now I will share back the PPT right now. Yes. Okay. So this is the hammer that we are talking about, and this is the first member and a very important member of paper umbrella family. Okay. And it is a bullish reversal pattern. What does bullish reversal mean? Bullish reversal mean if the downtrend is there. If there is a downtrend as such, the prices are in decline. The price action is downwards, right? So if in that case, if this particular thing becomes and it consolidates, it happens in whatever time frame you're working on, 5 minutes to 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hours, whatever, daily, weekly. If this particular candle happens, okay, and the color does not matter in this case. It might be a red candle, it might be a green candle, it does not matter. But a pro tip, that green candle is a better one. I would choose green candle, green hammer over a red hammer any day, correct? So this is the case here. The downtrend is continuing and there is a hammer here, and this hammer represents a very good mass psychology point that I will come to know, that I will get to it later on. But after this hammer is formed, we see that prices after a small consolidation may go up, or it may go up directly as well, right? Because this is a very strong single candlestick pattern, I would say. Comparatively it is good and strong, so you can believe on it and you can trade using this. The only confirmation that you require is it requires as such no confirmation, but the only confirmation is that the next candle might open up here in this range, not near the wick. Okay, if the near the wick is forming, that means this is a failed hammer. Usually it does not happen, usually this works, but in case I'm just telling you the contingency. थोड़ा सा हिंदी में बताते हैं कि अगर डाउन ट्रेंड चालू है प्राइस एक्शन में और ये हैमर आता है, ठीक है, इस तरीके का कैंडल आता है, इसमें कलर का कोई मायने नहीं है, कोई भी कलर होगा, ग्रीन या रेड, इट वर्क्स। एंड आफ्टर दिस कैंडल हो सकता है इसके बाद बहुत हाई प्रोबेबिलिटी रहती है कि प्राइस जो है ऊपर जाए, ठीक है। इसके अंदर मास साइकोलॉजी कहाँ पे आती है, ये कैंडल के फॉर्मेशन में ही, ठीक है। ये कैंडल देख के कुछ लगता है, किससे ये मिलता जुलता लगता है तुमको? Please put in. Somebody has already answered it. है ना? The first question that I asked. It looks like a doji, na? Rocket doji, isn't it? Does it look like a doji or not? Which kind of doji does it look like? A rocket doji only. A dragonfly doji, na? So this is a dragonfly doji only, but a big real body as compared to the doji. Doji has no body. This has a good amount of body. But also you have to remember another criteria to identify hammer successfully. ठीक है, जो हैमर है उसको समझने के लिए ये जरूरी है कि ये चीज पे आप ध्यान दो। दीज आर वेरी स्मॉल स्मॉल टिप्स, है ना? These are very very, minute details that you need to look at. Very minute details, like you have to look at all these details as such to know exactly this is a hammer. There are many things that can be a hammer. All right, so this real body should be half of the wick at least, and the longer this wick the better. Lower wick, there should be no upper wick as such, or a negligible upper wick. There are cases where there is a good amount of wick, negligible, and after that it has worked as a hammer, ठीक है। तो इसमें जो है रियल बॉडी जो है हाफ रहना चाहिए लोअर विक का, ठीक है। मतलब जो लोअर विक है इट मस्ट बी ट्वाइस, वो दो गुना रहना चाहिए इस रियल बॉडी से, अंडरस्टूड। एंड इट मस्ट नॉट हैव एनी अपर विक या नेग्लिजिबल अपर विक होना चाहिए, ठीक है। सो दिस इज द केस हियर। After this hammer, the price goes up. Okay, we will see in the market. We will try to find out certain candles. I will put the screen in front of you, and you let me know, okay, where is that? Okay, if you can see a hammer or not. So this is the first family member, very important family member. Okay. Acha, my camera is not started yet. Okay, okay. Really sorry. Yeah. So this is the thing. हैमर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, पेपर अम्ब्रेला का पहला मेंबर मिल चुका है हमें, ठीक है। ही इज कॉल्ड हैमर, इट ऑल्सो लुक्स लाइक अ हैमर, राइट? एवरीबडी नोज थॉर्स हैमर, राइट? इट इज वेरी पॉपुलर राइट नाउ इन द मीडिया, है ना, इन द पॉप कल्चर। सो ऑलमोस्ट लुक्स लाइक दैट person's hammer, right? It is the same thing here, but the wick should be very long, the handle should be very long, right? The longer the handle the better, the stronger the pattern. So this is the first thing. Second thing, it is called a hanging man. Now, Japanese people are so smart, so visually talented that they have named everything very particularly. Okay, what is hanging man? It is another important member of the paper umbrella family. It is a bullish reversal pattern. Okay, no, it is bearish reversal. Okay, this is wrong. It is a bearish reversal. Okay, pardon this mistake. It is a bearish reversal pattern. That means if there is an uptrend going on, okay, if there is an uptrend going on, I'll just change this very swiftly. I don't like mistakes. Okay, this one is good. This is a bearish reversal pattern. That means an uptrend is going on, and if this particular candle happens, same like the hammer, it is the same ditto copy of hammer. Okay, So what happens then? Then you need there is a requirement for a confirmation for the next day, for the next candle. There must be a confirmation. What is the confirmation? A red candle like this. Okay. Okay, sorry. A red candle like this is the confirmation for the next day, after which you will take a trade, after which you will decide, yes, this is a hanging man, and now I can short this particular thing. Okay, short this particular asset or instrument, whatever you are working on. ठीक है. इन हिंदी, अगर कोई अप ट्रेंड चल रहा है, ठीक है, प्राइस एक्शन अपवर्ड्स है, अपवर्ड्स के बाद इस तरीके का कैंडल बनता है. ये कैंडल ऑलमोस्ट हैमर ही है, बट ये आया है किसके बाद? अप ट्रेंड के बाद. हैमर कभी आया था? डाउन ट्रेंड के बाद. दिस इज द डिफरेंस. ओके, पार्ट बाय पार्ट डिफरेंस. ये आया है अप ट्रेंड के बाद, एंड दिस इज कम. इसमें भी हमें जितना लंबा लोअर विक रहेगा उतना अच्छा है, और इसमें कलर डजेंट मैटर. ओके, many people say कि रेड कलर का होना चाहिए हैंगिंग मैन, ऐसा वैसा, बट इट डज नॉट मैटर टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट. ओके, ग्रीन भी आता है, देन ऑल्सो दिस इज अ बेरिश कंफर्मेशन ओनली, दिस इज अ बेरिश मूवमेंट. ओके, इन अ कैंडल, if certain candle is made after an uptrend, this now you will say, sir, this is a bullish kind of a candle, right? This is where I went wrong. So this is a bullish kind of a pattern. This is also a rocket doji, but after it comes after an uptrend, very strong uptrend, this seems to be a little out of the box, right? Where people have started, it has started here. Say for example, this is a green candle, so open is here. Where it is? Acha. Open is here, and it went up, and it went down also all the way till here, right? So there was selling pressure also in this candle, not just buying pressure. Okay, what do you need to see in an uptrend? You need to see big marubozus, na, big candles. That means a big candle means an uptrend is continuing very well. An uptrend has got good amount of gas behind it, good amount of buying pressure behind it, right? And the sellers are actually selling at a very premium price. That is what is happening. But here there is a confusion in that particular uptrend. This is a market dynamics, understanding market dynamics. Okay, so this is where things change. Next, what happens if the next day the people are completely bearish? Okay, right? So this kind of pattern is formed over a day, and this is almost a rocket doji, but the prior trend matters. Understood? The prior trend has to be intact, an intact upward trend. And after this happens, and then there is a bearish candle afterwards. You have got your confirmation, you can short on another candle, which is coming later on in this particular downtrend. It will start a downtrend and it will cover mostly the amount of uptrend that has happened. So this is another. So this is a bit of a weak pattern as compared to hammer. Hammer is a very strong pattern. It does not require any confirmation. On the other hand, hanging man requires a confirmation, a candle which is below this close or open, whatever it is. Right? We need a red candle here, and in this region only, not in this region. If a red candle happens here, a spinning top, that doesn't mean anything to us. If this happens, this is a good thing for us. Okay. So yeah, the next thing we have got is inverted hammer. Now, what is inverted hammer? Obviously, you see that this is an hammer. This is a mirror image of an hammer. If I keep a mirror here, what will you see? Exact opposite of it, right? So this is an inverted hammer, right? And what does it do? Where it comes, that we have to see. Inverted hammer also comes after a downtrend. Okay, this is a bearish reversal pattern. Okay, and this is not as strong as hammer pattern. Okay, although the color doesn't matter, color इसमें कोई मायने नहीं रखता. If it is green also, then it is fine. If it is red also, then it is also fine. There should be no lower wick here. Now अभी आ जाती है upper wick की बात. ठीक है, till now we were seeing the lower wicks. Hammer में lower wick, hanging man में lower wick. Okay, and why it is called hanging man? Because it almost look like somebody has done suicide here, right? Unfortunately, the price action has committed suicide. It doesn't want to live anymore. It is very stressed on the job. It doesn't want to live anymore, and he just committed a suicide. So the price action commits a suicide after hanging man, but we need to see that actually he has done a suicide or not. So one candle must come here and see to it that is he dead, right? Just a kind of thing. Is he dead? Right? So once if we find out, this person finds out, this another candle finds out that this is dead, then the price will go completely down to the grave. Understood? This is the thing. In this case also, this is somewhat of a weak. Just a moment. Okay. So yeah, here. Inverted hammer, right? We are here. It just is an exact mirror copy of the hammer. This is not a strong pattern whatsoever, right? This is not a strong pattern like hammer as such. Why, sir? Because this is inverted, obviously, but it does the same job. It converts a downtrend into an uptrend. Okay. How does it do? So there is a downtrend and there is a real body that is being formed here, which means in the case of a green candle, if the open is here and there is very huge buying pressure, right? And there is a resistance at the high here and it is hit and then the price goes down as the selling pressure comes in. But somehow the buyers are still buying and they close the candle here, which is above the open price, right? That is after such a huge selling pressure, such a long week, the body is still intact. There is a real body, and which is a very real body, right? And it has become somewhat like this, right? So the buyers were able to keep it intact. Otherwise, what would have happened if the selling pressure was so much? What would have happened? The price would have gone down and the real body would have been here. There would be a only wick in terms of this particular candle. That has not happened yet. So there was buying pressure which overcame the selling pressure in this candle. You understanding me what I'm saying? The buying pressure तो यहाँ पे selling pressure आया, ठीक है, लेकिन क्या हुआ, बाइंग प्रेशर ने उसको ज्यादा गिरने नहीं दिया, प्राइसेस गिरे बट ज्यादा गिरने नहीं दिया. It has closed it here or here, right? Again, the upper wick should be twice the size of the real body. That is a good signal. That is a very good signal, very strong signal. And there should be a minimal or no lower wick. Obviously, you know all this. If there is a good amount of lower wick, what will happen? It will become a spinning top. It doesn't make sense. A spinning top doesn't make sense, right? It almost becomes like a doji. It doesn't make sense. So afterwards, after all of this, in a day, this particular pattern is formed. After so much of work, you find that this is kind of candle that is being formed. What do? You buy? No. You wait for a confirmation. As I said, this is not as strong as a hammer. Hammer is very strong. You can buy on the next candle. If it is formed here in the upper zone. But in this particular pattern, you must wait first. The inverted hammer में हमें थोड़ा सा वेट करना पड़ता है. और अगर कैंडल यहाँ पे ओपन होकर यहीं क्लोज होती है ऊपर ऊपर के जोन में ये विक के ऊपर, राइट, दैट मीन्स दैट इज अ कंफर्मेशन एंड द प्राइस may reverse from here, right? So this is the confirmation process, and you can use multiple other confirmation models also, but this is self-explanatory. Okay, this is based on the mass psychology. Next is shooting star. Everybody has heard of shooting star. Evening star, morning doji star, evening doji star. So many things are there based on the shooting star. Now, if you understand shooting star, you will be able to understand every single morning star, ye, wo star, every type of star. Okay. So there are so many types of star, but to understand so many types of star, you need to understand the shooting star first. Now, oh my god. So what is shooting star? Shooting star is a very important paper umbrella you have to remember. That is why I've written it again and again, paper umbrella, because you will remember all these four patterns only based on this particular thing. That if you remember that these guys have a family, okay, these guys have a family and they are family people, right? And they are related, right? They are related to each other. They look alike, है ना? They do certain things very similar to each other. That is why this particular paper umbrella is very important to note. Some people might say कि हाँ paper umbrella हाँ ठीक है, but this is how you remember these four patterns. You will not be able to remember if I ask you afterwards. You will not be able to tell the difference between a shooting star and an inverted hammer. It happens to me also. It doesn't makes sense here, but it happens. Nobody is able to exactly remember what this particular candle is. But if you understand the mass psychology behind it, if you remember this particular term, paper umbrella family, then it is very easy, right? It is very easy to note that this is a shooting star, this is what is going to happen afterwards. So शूटिंग स्टार एक तरीके का पेपर अम्ब्रेला का ही पैटर्न है, ये भी रिवर्सल ही है, चारों के चारों रिवर्सल है, ठीक है, कोई ऐसा कंटिन्यूएशन का पैटर्न है ही नहीं, और ये सारे के सारे जो हैं सारे सिंगल कैंडलस्टिक पैटर्न्स हैं, समझ में आई? ठीक है, और इसमें सिर्फ हैंगिंग मैन और इन्वर्टेड हैमर में ही हमें कंफर्मेशन लगता है, बाकी हैमर इज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग कंफर्म पैटर्न, and the shooting star is also very happening and very strong candlestick pattern, very strong candlestick pattern, shooting star. It is a reversal, obviously bullish reversal, and the color does not matter. Again, color does not matter. If it is red, then also you have to be very careful. If it is green, also very careful. Now what happens in shooting star is there is an upward trend, uptrend. Afterwards this kind of candle is formed. What is this, inverted hammer or hammer? It is an inverted hammer, right? Okay, Yogeshwara is not able to understand. I stream. Okay. What is your question? I don't understand. Yogesh Vora is there. Somebody is commenting something. This is a live stream only about the Japanese candlestick patterns. Okay, only 9 people are there. Okay, nice. So shooting star is there. We are on this particular slide. Shooting star, after an uptrend this particular candle is formed and then it is in a downtrend, right? So जब uptrend चल रहा होता है और इस तरीके का अगर कैंडल बनता है, उसके बाद में एक डाउनवर्ड ट्रेंड चालू होने का बहुत ज्यादा हाई चांसेस रहता है, बिकॉज दिस इज अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग कैंडल स्टिक पैटर्न. ओके, what happens in this candle is there is buying pressure obviously, because अब ट्रेंड चल रहा है कि बाइंग प्रेशर जो है, बायर्स जो है ओवरकम कर रहे हैं सेलर्स को, ओवर पावर कर रहे हैं सेलर्स को, राइट? But the candlestick opens here or here, doesn't matter, the price goes up, but then there is a very strong resistance up here somewhere, right? If the longer the wick the better, there is a very strong resistance up here which forces the price, which forces the sellers to sell, and which forces the buyers to kind of control their buying. So there is selling pressure which overpowers the buying pressure. This is what is happening in this particular thing, and then later on downtrend starts. Very strong candlestick pattern. Based on this, a lot of other candlestick patterns are also there. For example, there is a morning star. Morning star is basically from downwards. It is a bullish reversal. There is an evening star which is very related, same similar like this. There is an evening doji star also. Okay, so all of this is based on this shooting star. Very simple, but we have to remember about it. There is spinning top here. Okay, spinning tops are very simple, just like doji. They are indecision candles. Indecision, why? Because you cannot take a decision looking at these candles. हिंदी में लाइक स्पिनिंग टॉप को हमें किस तरीके से समझना होता है कि ये डोजीज की तरह ही काम करती हैं, ठीक है, इनडिसीजन रहता है, लेकिन जब ये अलग अलग मतलब दूसरे पैटर्न्स के साथ काम कर रहे होते हैं, जैसे कोई क्रेडल पैटर्न है, क्रेडल पैटर्न में बहुत सारे स्पिनिंग टॉप्स आते हैं. ये स्पिनिंग टॉप्स कैन गिव यू अ रिवर्सल सिग्नल based on where these are coming, okay, in the market, where these are coming. Apart from that, they are very helpful in zone analysis. When we do zone analysis, demand zone, supply zone, उसमें भी इनका बहुत ज़्यादा काम आता है, मतलब ये हेल्प करते हैं हमें ये सब करने, ठीक है. So these are not completely indecision candles. These are very helpful candles, useful candles if you know the use of these spinning tops, right? And this was the end of the single candlestick pattern. Okay, this was the end of single candlestick patterns. Now we are going to begin with the double candlestick patterns, and these double candlestick patterns are going to be very simple, yet kind of you have to remember all the criterias which are responsible for such a pattern to become successful, right? No, sir, you cannot go live with me. Probably in the near future, but not now. Let's focus on what we have at our And so the first thing that we have got, the first double candlestick pattern. Double candlestick patterns are more reliable because two candles are involved. They take some time to form, but they give a very good, uh, you know, uh, very good profit based on all these candles. Double candlestick patterns are far more superior to single candlestick pattern, but somehow you have to remember the single candlestick pattern to understand the double candlestick pattern. This is the case. This is the scenario. Okay. So first we start with the engulfing. Engulfing is obviously of two types, bullish and bearish, based on where it is being formed, how it is being formed, and what is going to happen next. Okay. So engulfing bullish, you can see here that this is a red candle being formed after a downtrend. Downtrend के बाद there is a red candle here. Okay. After that there is an engulfing, a green candle engulfs, right? Engulfs means it almost eats up the red candle, है ना? तो जो रियल बॉडी है रेड कैंडल का, वो कंप्लीटली खा जाता है ये जो ग्रीन कैंडल है ना, वो पूरी तरीके से उसको engulf कर देता है अपने इसमें. ठीक है. So what happens this, what is the meaning of this? That means the open was somewhere down here or wherever. It completely ate up the previous losses. Okay. The previous losses, the losses in the previous candles were eaten up by this green candle, and later on it went into a full-fledged upward flight, right? And this is a good pattern. It is also called a hugging pattern. That means you can use it somewhere, also called, but it doesn't make sense, to be honest. Engulfing is way better. Engulf, that means the real body is going to be engulfed. It must be eaten out by the green candle up there. So again, this is the same thing. After a downtrend, a green candle engulfs previous red candle and reverses the trend. Reverses the trend, that means the downtrend is converted into a bull trend, uptrend, right? That is the engulfing of bullish, right? The next thing is bearish engulfing. This is also very, very important reversal. Very, I would say, very reliable pattern. Very reliable bearish engulfing. So it is also, yeah. What happens in this bearish engulfing is that exact opposite happens. In bearish engulfing, exact opposite happens of what has happened in the bullish engulfing, right? So bearish engulfing involves an uptrend, right? An uptrend in which a green candle is being formed, okay, and the green candle is formed. Afterwards a red candle is formed, a bearish candle is formed, which eats up the previous candle, which engulfs the previous green candle. That means what? The buying gains were completely thrown out of the window in the next candle. Okay. So the red bearish movement was so strong, it completely ate up all the gains that were in this particular candle, in the green candle, right? So that is what has happened in this case also. We are going to see this, what happened in the market actually, where it has been formed, where the bearish engulfing is being formed. And I would like to tell you that this is one of our very favorites of the instrument. It has happened in gold. I will show you where it has happened. Don't worry. The next one is piercing pattern. A piercing pattern is a bit, hard to understand, but and hard to implement also, because these are not very. I would say, from my perspective, these are not very good patterns. I would prefer an engulfing pattern over a piercing pattern any day. Okay, I would basically prefer this kind of candle being formed over this kind of candle being formed any single day. Okay, but this is a pattern. This works many a times, so we have to learn about this. The piercing pattern is there. What is piercing pattern? It pierces through the red candle. Okay, and this is a bullish reversal. So there is a downtrend. You can see here red candles, right? There is a downtrend, and there is a gap down opening of the next day. Okay, gap down opening means there was this particular is the close, right? This is open of the red candle, and this is the close of the red candle. But what happened is there was nowhere opening in the next day in this particular area, in the candle area. What has happened is there is a gap down opening. Okay, gap down opening of the next day. That means what? Okay, there has to be a bearish momentum here. If there is a gap down, everybody understands ना? Gap down अगर candle आता है, So it starts from here. You can see the gap. This is the low and this is the open here. So there is a slight gap here. And after gap down opening, the candle manages to cover at least 50%, at least 50% or more of the previous red candle of the previous bearish movement. Okay, this is what is called a piercing pattern. Okay, the next gap down opening wala candle is becoming so bullish that this bearish momentum is completely gone. People are buying and it pierces through the previous day's losses. Okay, so the previous day's losses were basically pierced completely by this candle. In this candle, every magic has happened. A miracle has happened that the buyers are coming in such huge quantities. Truckloads of buyers are coming. That previous जो कैंडल था उसको पूरी तरीके से ये खा नहीं पाया, कंप्लीटली एनगल्फ नहीं कर पाया, बट उसको पियर्स कर दिया इसने 50% से ज्यादा, right? Then there is a very high chance that the price might reverse. Okay, there is a very good chance price might reverse. So this is called a piercing pattern. Okay, very important pattern, but I would consider to wait for some other confirmations, to make other confirmations as well before looking after this, before kind of trading based on this particular pattern alone. This is my personal opinion. You can do as you like. Another part is the dark cloud cover. Everybody has heard of it, but I would suppose multiple people are kind of confused in it, because most of the people were confused based on dark cloud cover and piercing pattern. To be very honest, dark cloud cover is nothing but piercing pattern only. Okay, but where it occurs, that makes it a dark cloud cover. It occurs after an uptrend. Okay, as you can see here, the prices are in an uptrend. Wait a second, this. Okay, so the prices are in uptrend, and we see that the prices were in uptrend. There is a very good green candle being formed here. Okay, and another day, just like in this case of piercing pattern, there was a gap down opening. Right, I told you now about the gap down. This is called a gap down. Like the low is here, but the next day started opened here, which means there was a gap of this much amount. Right. So again, here in this case, dark cloud cover, there's a gap up opening. Understood. There's a gap up opening. Dark cloud cover is very strong, pattern. You can trade on this, and is a beautiful pattern, very amazing pattern, double candlestick pattern, and it is the similar form of piercing pattern only. Okay, but it is coming after an uptrend, and it kind of engulfs almost 50%, more than 50%. The 50% of the green candle is almost here somewhere, and it is engulfing that part completely. Okay, so this is what it is. This is what it is doing. In this case, the open was here of this green candle. The buying pressure was so high that it formed a very good bullish candle here. But the next day, it the price is open up here, gap up. And if you see a gap up, that means a lot of buying pressure is going to come in. A lot of buyers are going to come and get into this particular asset. But what has happened? The up was this only. Up move was this small high. That's it. Apart from that, everybody has sold that day. Everybody has sold and went to sleep, right? Everyone has sold. So the selling pressure has made this particular candle. This is a win of the bears over the bulls, right? ये bears की जीत को दर्शाता है. Hello. Yeah. Sorry for the slight technical issue. Okay. So we are back on track. I suppose we were doing this thing, na? Just share the screen. Okay, done. So we were doing the dark cloud cover. Okay, this is a bearish reversal pattern. We have seen that it is almost a piercing pattern only. Okay, but it comes after an uptrend. Okay, अपट्रेंड के बाद में आता है इसलिए इसको डार्क क्लाउड कवर बोलते हैं ना कि पियर्सिंग पैटर्न ओके now this case you can also call it bearish piercing pattern kind of right so I can call it a bearish piercing because a bearish movement is there afterwards so the red candle pierces through after a gap up opening it pierces through the red green candle there's a lot of selling pressure in this case and the prices will revert down okay the prices will decline okay it will be a downtrend afterwards there will be a reversal. That is why dark cloud cover is one of the most popular, I would say, pattern, Japanese candlestick pattern, dark cloud cover, right? This also has formed recently only. I've taken this particular picture from the market only. Okay, this is a dark cloud cover. I had identified it and I kept it from this particular thing, kept it on the PBT, right? Now this one is one of the most underrated, I would say, but very important Japanese candlestick pattern called a harami pattern. Okay, unlike other Indians who would be here, would consider this to be something else. Okay, there's no issues in the audio and the video, na? I suppose. I suppose there is no issue. Yeah. So this is called a harami pattern. Okay. This is not what you think after you read it. Okay. Those who got it. But this is a very underrated yet very smart pattern, I would say. Very good pattern. It is a reversal pattern. And harami actually, this word is an old Japanese word for pregnant, right? For a pregnant lady kind of a thing. So, what does this pregnant lady means? How will you visualize this in a candlestick? They have revolved everything, any aspect of the world, any aspect of the you know aspects of life into the candlestick. They have put in many aspects of normal, usual daily life objects into the candlestick. Like we understood in this case, there is a paper umbrella, right? We have called this paper umbrella. We have called this hammer. This is all daily life objects. This hanging man after somebody suicides, unfortunately. This is what happens, right? Then there is an inverted hammer. This is also an object. Then shooting star. Shooting star. You might have heard. You might have seen shooting star in the somewhere in the night, or you might have seen an animated video, which shows always that there is a kind of a tail of a shooting star, right? So here also it is also looking like a shooting star only. So all of the daily objects like spinning tops, people used to, when we were kids or when kids were there, still play kind of, I don't know, but people play spinning tops, right? So this is also kind of a spinning top which is kind of rotating. You can remember this by your childhood memories, right? Then engulfing it is eating up, right? That is also called a hugging pattern, right? So this is hugging this particular candle. Both the candles are hugging each other. This is also true. Piercing pattern. This pierces through this particular candle gains or losses, right? Here gains, here losses. Next, harami pattern is called pregnant pattern. Why? Because there are two types of candles here. The first one is mom candle, mother candle, and there is a second candle which is inside this candle. What does this mean? That the trading range, मतलब जो ओपन और क्लोज है इसका इस पर्टिकुलर कैंडल का उसी के अंदर एक छोटा सा और कैंडल बनेगा उसी ट्रेडिंग रेंज में ओके दैट विल बी अ स्मॉल कैंडल as compared to this mother candle will be big and the sun candle will be very small. Okay, son or daughter candle, I am gender neutral, no worries. So so this is the case, right? We don't discriminate. It might be a son or a daughter, we don't discriminate. So what has happened here is the mom candle is being formed, then there is a green candle coming up, and this is completely under this only. Huh? The trading range of the previous candle, mother's candle, is completely within this range only, that the sun candle is being formed. Okay, so this is the case, and this is called a harami pattern, a bullish harami to be exact. Okay, this is a reversal pattern, which means after a downtrend, the prices will go up after this harami is formed. This looks like a pregnant lady. If you visualize enough, if you have the power of visualization, you will see that a woman is here and she is having a inflated, stomach because of carrying the child in the womb. This is what has happened, right? Now the prior trend, what does this reflect? Where is the mass psychology in this particular candle harami pattern? So in this candle, what happens is there is a lot of downtrend selling pressure, right? But when this particular candle is being formed within this candle, that reflects that this trend is weakening. Again, this is also a harami pattern, but we have got wicks outside, right? Then there should not be wicks outside. Okay, everything wicks and the real body should be inside the trading range of the mother candle only. That is one of the criteria to remember. Okay, we have got very less time. Let's just continue. But to understand this with quality, quality always overpowers quantity. So it is not about how much we learn, it is about how well we learn, right? So this has happened. There should be no wick. Somebody will also call this, sir, this is also a harami pattern. No, because the wick is going out, na. Wick is going out of the body of the mother, if I'm telling this as a mother candle, right? So in this, there is a precise candle being formed. Precise harami pattern is being formed. This will mean that there is a price uptrend going to start. But in this case, it kind of started after 3 4 candles and then it went up. So you have to wait for some kind of a signal here. Okay. So this is the thing. The same thing with the bearish harami pattern. The same thing is going to happen. Where is the bearish? This one. So it is a reversal pattern. It comes after an uptrend. Just like this comes after a downtrend. This comes after an uptrend. There is an uptrend here. There is a green mother candle is being formed here. You can see this candle, my cursor, right? There's a green mother and a red son or daughter that is being formed here, right? And the same thing is happening. This is a weakening of the uptrend because the prices could not breach this particular high, could not go above this particular candle's gains, and then it only ended up being closed in this candle itself within the trading range of the previous day. ठीक है, हारमी पैटर्न थोड़ा सा आसान लगता है, बट ये स्पॉट करना बहुत मुश्किल है, ठीक है, बिकॉज हम इसको यूजुअली अवॉइड करके आगे बढ़ जाते हैं प्राइस एक्शन में, बट दिस इज वेरी वेरी फ्रूटफुल पैटर्न. ओके, सो दिस इज बीइंग फॉर्म, दिस इज अ मदर कैंडल और इसका पूरा ट्रेडिंग रेंज और मूवमेंट जो है ये रेड कैंडल का, ये पूरा ग्रीन मदर के अंदर आ रहा है ना. सो इसका मतलब क्या होगा कि अप ट्रेंड विल गेट कन्वर्टेड इनटू अ डाउन ट्रेंड. This is a reversal pattern. Why it will get converted? Because this means that the uptrend has weakened, it has slowed down. That is why it could not breach, it could not go above this particular high. This is the thing. Okay, the next thing is tweezer top. Now tweezer tops are probably one of my favorite, very favorite patterns. Tweezer tops and tweezer bottoms, very very favorite, because you don't need to look at this. You don't need to look at a lot of criteria in order to spot a tweezer, right? You have seen a tweezer in real life, right? A fork kind of a thing. Wait a second, I'll show you. A kind of a tweezer is like this. Or time is not permitting me, or else I would have shown you how. I suppose everybody knows. So tweezer में क्या होता है कि इस तरीके का एक tweezer रहता है जो हम क्लैम्प कर सकते हैं किसी चीज को, है ना. मोस्टली वो एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन में यूज होता है और घर में भी शायद कोई कोई यूज करता है tweezers को. So tweezer, this is a top pattern. That means this is a bearish reversal pattern. Okay. इसमें सिर्फ एक ही चीज देखनी है, सबसे सस्ता और सबसे टिकाऊ यही एक पर्टिकुलर पैटर्न है. सबसे टिकाऊ भी है, ठीक है, बहुत इफेक्टिव है, बहुत ज्यादा इफेक्टिव. लेकिन आपको थोड़े से क्राइटेरिया ध्यान में रखने होंगे टू मेक दिस सक्सेस. इसमें हाई जो रहता है ना, जो दोनों कैंडल्स का हाई, वो दोनों इक्वल रहेगा या मिनिमल डिफरेंस रहेगा, लाइक एक दो पिप का डिफरेंस इज अलाउड, एक दो पिप का difference is allowed. Other than that, if the highs are equal, that means there is a bearish reversal. This particular color also makes sense, but it is not usually seen in that particular sense. So this is a green candle with this particular high. Same high is being formed here. No matter what, open close देखना नहीं है, सिर्फ high देखना है. अगर हाई इक्वल है मतलब प्राइस रिवर्स होगा। और अगर ये अप ट्रेंड के बाद हो रहा है, राइट, इफ देयर इज एन अप ट्रेंड एंड दिस काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग इज हैपनिंग, देन पक्का दिस इज गोइंग टू गो डाउन, right? Like pakka means there's a very high probability. I'm not telling you to do this. Okay. There is a disclaimer involved that I'm not telling you to trade on this knowledge. This is basically a educational course, right? Educational live stream. This is what is happening. But most of the time it works. I'm telling you. Most of the time it works, and it is a very popular, very simplistic, very easy to understand and spot, and very easy to implement also, right? Very simple, very beautiful. I basically like this pattern very much. Okay, tweezer top, same thing is tweezer bottom. Again, you will see, sir, open close ऊपर नीचे है, इसका क्या करें? You only have to see lows. Just like we see only highs in tweezer top, we see only lows in tweezer bottom. Very simple. Wow, life is so easy. Trading is so easy, isn't it? But there has to be certain things that we need to take care of. ट्वीजर बॉटम के लिए हमें चाहिए कब जो डाउन ट्रेंड चल रहा हो, ओके। ट्वीजर बॉटम के लिए हमें डाउन ट्रेंड चाहिए यहाँ पे। ना देर इज अ ग्रीन कैंडल, देर माइट बी एन अप ट्रेंड हियर, बट दिस इज अ ट्वीजर बॉटम ओनली, ओके। सो ट्वीजर बॉटम, बिकॉज द लोज आर इक्वल, lows are equal, that means the price is going to go up. Understood? So this is the case. Very popular, highly effective, and super super awesome. Especially in the current market, tweezers are being formed, I would say, very very easily. Very and people taking trade based on this tweezer are being very profitable. To be very honest, so tweezer tops, tweezer bottoms are very good. And this is the end of the show. So thank you very much. Yeah, somebody's laughing. ओके नाइस। आई सपोज जिनको हिंदी में समझना तो थोड़ा थोड़ा मैं ट्राई कर पाया, एंड आई हैव टेकन इट इन हिंदी ऑल्सो। सो आई एम रियली ग्लैड that we have somehow completed, because this was a very hectic kind of a thing, very so many things to pack up into all this. But no worries. I suppose any doubts you can put on the chart. We have got 1 minute left. I can take it up, or else just trade and be very happy. Okay, spread happiness, and always trade with a mindset, with a proper mindset, with a clear-headed, vision of what you have to achieve and what you have to do. Right. This is the first funda of trading, that you have to be very clear-headed. You must see what is your goal. Right. Thank you very much, as such, for joining in. And just remember that trading is not a game, it is not a gambling platform. It is a very sophisticated art, I would say. It is an art, it is not a science, to be honest. Because if science would be there, then most of the engineers would be doing it. But this is an art, anybody can do it. And the good thing is, we have learned a very good, very, very effective method to apply this on the market and earn good returns, right? Thank you very much, everyone, for attending this particular live stream. I suppose something you have learned today, and I would just thank you as well. Thank you very much, and take care and happy trading. Okay, take care. Bye.